Hello, welcome to the October 18th edition of Success by Association Live. Today's issue is sponsored by Harrah's Cherokee Casino Resort. We thank them for their continued support of AENC. Today's article is written by Gina Tremarco and is reprinted with permission. The article is titled, Leveraging Your IIQ, Improvised Intelligence. You've heard of IQ. You may have also heard of EQ. Well, let me introduce you to IIQ, Improvised Intelligence. My work in the area of and fascination with emotional intelligence inspired me to coin the phrase improvised intelligence. From Daniel Goleman's EQ to Dr. Travis Bradberry's Emotional Intelligence 2.0 to Jeb Blunt's Sales EQ, the parallels between improv skills and emotional intelligence theory became really clear to me. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is defined as the ability to identify and manage one's own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It generally includes the skill of emotional awareness, the ability to identify and name one's own emotions, the ability to harness those emotions and apply them to tasks like thinking and problem solving, and the ability to manage emotions, which includes both regulating one's own emotions when necessary and helping others to do the same. Let's unpack how this relates to improv. On stage, as performers, we must be able to read our fellow performers, as well as the audience. The foundation of everything we do is our ability and intention to make others look good. In order to do that, we need to be in tune or in group mind with others' feelings and needs, while honoring the ideas of others, especially if they initiate ideas first. Instead of becoming emotionally charged about forfeiting or uninitiated ideas, we focus on heightening our stage partner's ideas. When we are hyper-aware and in the moment as performers, and we are more creative, agile, and collaborative. Everything boils down to self and social awareness in improv. This epiphany made it so easy for me to infuse improv exercises into EQ training content. Improv and common sense, emotional intelligence. For years, I have felt that improv is a combination of innate ability, common sense, and emotional intelligence. And for years, I took this skill set for granted because it seemingly came so easy to me. When really, I've been practicing improv since I was 19, and this has improved both my common sense and EQ skills. We were born to possess all of these, in my opinion. These abilities are steered by the brain, which, as you know, is a muscle. If you don't exercise a muscle, it loses its strength and ability. When someone says to me, I could never get on stage like you do and just make up a show, my response always is, yes, you could. Everyone can. It just takes consistent practice. Everyone takes their abilities to improvise for granted. We assume our brain has it covered the way it does with breathing, motor skills, etc., and that it automatically helps us fight, fly, freeze, and improvise or freestyle because we're wired for it. Improvising is one of those activities that can definitely run on autopilot. And if you put some effort into practicing improv, you will elevate your improv skills from status quo to superstar. What is improvised intelligence? My definition of improvised intelligence is the ability to be a good human who makes others look, feel, and do good for the good of all by exercising the brain to improvise. Emotional intelligence plays a part. Improvised intelligence provides the tools needed to improve emotional intelligence. The number one rule or tenet of improv is make others look good. When we intentionally, unintentionally, or subconsciously make others look good, we authentically look good. When we make others look bad, we look like jerks, which makes the whole group look or feel bad, or both. Think about a work environment where a leader just sucks as a leader. Let's say he or she criticizes an employee in front of the group for an idea or suggestion. The scenario could be as innocent as the leader saying, "Great idea, Adam, but we've tried that before and it just won't work." First, that shuts down the employee by making them feel rejected by the big but. And I'm not talking about the but who is saying but, even though that but is responsible for the but. Without discussion, the whole room can feel the disappointment or frustration of that team member. Many will absorb and inherit that frustration, emotion. Emotions are contagious. They may all start to feel different levels of emotion, from "what an ass" to "I'm happy I didn't open my mouth." They may become sympathetic to the person who put him or herself out there and make a note to not ever do that themselves. Positive energy turns into negative emotion. They might begin to dislike the leader while feeling sorry for the employee. So much emotion can arise from the 3-letter word, but. Overall, the potential of progress and innovation halts to a dead stop, and the whole group loses and ultimately looks bad. We are wired for the fear of rejection. Jeb Blunt talks about this in his book, Objections. Being and feeling included matters. And in caveman days, it was essential to not be rejected by one's tribe for the purpose of survival. The potential or fear of rejection will shut a person down and have repercussions on others. Now reverse that scenario. If the leader instead said, "That's an interesting or great idea, Adam. We've tried that in the past without success. And maybe we could explore it again with your fresh eyes." Replacing one negative 3-letter word, "but," with a positive 3-letter word, "and," can change a conversation and a culture. Be a good human. You don't need a degree or special training to be a good human. If you want to be and appear to be intelligent, improvise by making others look and feel good. I'd say it's a no-brainer to be a good human, and it clearly requires a strong brain. The framework for improvised intelligence revolves around this core foundation of making others look and feel great. There's a simple layering system of core competencies that build upon each other. Each of these competencies, or improv tenets, can stand on its own or be clustered as skill sets for training opportunities. The natural progression for these tenets flows as follows. 1. Acceptance versus agreement without judgment. The power of yes and. 2. Active communication. Listening and observing. 3. Validation of others. 4. Emotional discipline and empathy skills. 5. Collaboration for solving problems, innovating and ideating. 6. Celebrating the wins together. 7. Embrace failure as a reward. 8. Fostering the funny through relatability. 9. Looking for patterns of behavior to create the best experiences. That concludes this article. We hope you have a great rest of your day.